is American Tune. That's American Tune. Well, we are at Willow Springs and I brought my baby, the 3-rotor RX-7, to see how she does around the track. But that's not the most interesting thing about this episode. We also have my good friend with old Smokey, the F1, here to really show how it's done, Scott Birdsall.
What's up, Rob?
Hey man, how's your baby?
Not bad, not bad. I brought her out so you could try her out and see what the most unconventional race truck in the world is about.
Yeah, I'm very excited. You know, it's wild because we've crossed paths so many times. We have the same shared passion, but we choose to do things a little differently.
Right.
And this is finally my opportunity to see what this thing's all about.
Mm-hmm.
So what's inside of these holes?
So these are just holes to let all the heat out, but in here is a 6.7 Cummins turbo diesel built by Freedom Racing Engines, and maximum power around 1,400 horse and 2,100 pound-feet of torque.
Whoa, wait, the torque is way more than the horsepower.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the opposite of what you have,
Yeah.
you know, all the horsepower and little torque.
Yeah.
So it's probably the worst race engine for road racing, but like you, I like to take stuff that's out of the norm and make it work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where we have our mutual respect, is that you could just go get an LS. I could just go get an LS, but
it's easy.
This is our challenge and what we enjoy doing.
Mm-hmm.
But not all the magic's up here.
Not all the magic's up here. Like, all the fun is in the back.
Okay, let's check that out. This does not look like the bed of my tow truck.
No. It's hauling a lot of payload, but it is for a different purpose. So the engine on Old Smokey weighs 1,200 pounds.
The engine, just the engine alone.
Just the engine alone. So to make this thing have proper weight distribution for road racing, everything had to go in the back.
And if I understand correctly, I don't know enough about this. It's not twin turbo. This is the word's compound?
Compound turbo,
okay.
Yeah. So a lot of people call it twin turbo. It's not. There are 2 turbos, but they're not twins.
Okay.
They're different. So in this setup, you have a high pressure, low volume turbo, and you have a low pressure, high volume turbo.
Okay.
And they kind of work together to create the perfect turbo, which would be high pressure, high volume.
This sort of setup, as I understand, is meant also, like you said, high pressure. Mm-hmm. What sort of pressures are we talking?
Yeah, so the fun part about Old Smokey is not only have you got the Freedom Racing engine making, you know, over 18-to-1 on compression, but you've also got 100 PSI of boost.
100 PSI
Yeah.
boost. That's, wow. And then how much does this thing weigh roughly?
Smokey weighs around 4,200 pounds.
That's not a lot for how much truck there is.
No, it's heavy for a race car,
Yeah.
but like your average, you know, 6 Series BMW, Mustang, Camaro, they're all 4,000 pounds.
Yeah.
This is the first time I'll ever have this on track to test it.
Oh, nice.
So you get to be a guinea pig of sorts.
Yeah, that's the fun part of tuning.
Right. It's time to party.
I am excited. Now, I know, but I want everybody else to know that this is a Pikes Peak record holder. So
Yep.
that's a first, a number 1, and then this is also a first. You're letting me drive it.
First gear, all the way forward. It's a straight sequential row. So 1, 2, 3. This, you won't use 4th gear on this track.
Yep.
But other than that, you're ready to party.
Awesome. Okay, I'm ready. I think.
You say that with a little bit of a...
ready.
Have fun,
Thank you
buddy.
so much, man. Oh my God. This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I did not expect I'd be doing this. I'm gonna take it nice and easy as if it's my Dodge. This is so fun to drive. This is one hell of an experience. It's exactly what you think it looks like. Very distinct, very weird. I'm driving a truck on a track.
Go get it, buddy. I've never heard that thing go by. That's so cool.
Oh, okay, I see you. That's a lot more predictable than you think when you see it from the outside.
I never let anybody drive it because, you know, most of my friends are professional drivers, and they'll drive it like I do, which is beating it like a race car. And I don't want, like, that's my race car. Like, if anybody's gonna beat it, it's gonna be me. So I know Rob will respect it, so that's why he's driving it.
The steering is very, very manual. It's very raw, but I can feel it. I get what the car's trying to tell me.
There we go. Sounds like a helicopter, huh? I think he's getting his sea legs.
That is actually, I can't say it's way more tame. That is not what I mean, but it's way more predictable. I'm very impressed. This thing actually handles way better than I thought it would. Temperatures are cool. Everything's really stable in this thing.
It's a real hard truck to get used to because it's really intimidating. Like, it doesn't feel like it should turn in as hard as it will. So anybody that gets in it is gonna, you have to trust it.
I am definitely not going to win any races driving somebody else's car. I'm too gentle even when it's not. But look at this. This is just so much fun.
Yeah, this thing's a tractor. What'd you think?
I'm in a truck. I'm in a very tall, I'm way away from the road. I'm in a very tall vehicle, and somehow I'm pulling lateral G.
So that's the hardest part about this thing. You're really in, like, you know, a GT car level performing race car.
Yeah, my mind was going, I'm back in my tow truck, my Dodge Ram.
Essentially, yeah.
And I'm like, I know that I cannot pull that hard on that turn.
Yeah, you can. This thing on fast corners, it'll pull 1.7 Gs.
Oh my God, what a cool machine you've built. It is so fun. And I almost feel bad that that's how good yours is. Have you tried driving mine?
We'll see. I'll bet I have fun in it.
This is not what I thought this show would be about, letting somebody else drive my car. So this is a very awkward and uncomfortable moment for me. But if I was going to let anybody do it, it's
so
you.
Do we have a safe word? I'm used to torque and horsepower down low.
Yeah.
But this is going to be the opposite. It's going to be
here.
Nothing and then everything.
Yeah. I finally have a dash. I'm gonna watch. It started. You gotta count your blessings. This is, oh shit, that sounds so cool. It actually was pretty nimble. Oh, it looks so good there. Oh, she sounds good though. Oh, that sounds so good. I never get to experience this. Watching somebody else speed on it makes me learn more. I've got the whole thing logging so that way we can make sure we know exactly what did he do. So this thing's on drag radials. So drag radials are very soft to absorb launch, but the problem is that means they have no sidewall. So turning, the whole car does this without the tires even leaving the track. It'll move half an inch, side to side. Yeah. These cars could not be more opposite. Mine's a gas-powered 90s Japanese sports car, and Scott's is a diesel-fueled monster from the 1940s. At the same time, these two cars could not be more similar. Both are an act of rebellion, a middle finger to the face of the status quo. We found a path diverged into yellow wood, and we both taken the road less traveled. A road admittedly filled with blown motors and bloody knuckles. But I don't think either of us would have it any other way.